Hey, YouTube. It's Morgan again. You can probably tell that I am wearing a ton of makeup right now. I bought a new eyeshadow palette that is a bit overzealous for me. I was just looking to replace something quickly at Walgreens, and I usually go to Ulta, but I was replacing something from Walgreens, and it's just very, very dark. But it's, maybe useful for something, I don't know, down the road. But anyway, not everyday wear, but I'm wearing it now, so enjoy it while it lasts, I guess. I thought it would be nice to follow up with another wine review just to keep things somewhat consistent for now until I figure out what I'm doing with this exactly. But I had my friend Julie over earlier, and we were doing life insurance policy stuff. I'm trying to get some life insurance, and she's helping me because she works in the industry, and she's also my best friend. That's right, best friend. It's a joke, but it's an inside joke. It's not really a joke at all. I mean, it's just, I call her my best friend because she is literally like my best friend, but we don't know each other that well. So it's kind of like, I don't know, but she's amazing. She brought over an incredible wine, but we drank all of it, so I can't review that one. So I'm going to review this one. It's a Tuscan red, Fattoi, and it is Fattoi in Italian. That's how you pronounce it. I made sure to look it up. It looks French. Fattoi is what it looks like to me, or something like that. But it's actually, it's a Tuscan, so there aren't a lot of, I feel like there aren't a lot of Italian words that end with OI, but so I was a bit thrown off by how that is pronounced, but it's Fattoi, which would be plural. Just not sure what for. I looked it up and there's no translation for it, so I'll have to ask maybe my friend Camilla about that to get some clarification. But anyway, this is a Tuscan red, so made in Toscana, and we'll do a full-size pour. That's too tall. I'm nervous on camera apparently, but it should be to about, should be like a ½ inch lower than this. I don't know. I'm trying here. Thanks for sticking around. But this is a nice, actually it's a really nice, easygoing Tuscan. Definitely has the rustic to it. It's got some grit and some, not literally, like not physical grit, but flavor wise it has some little bit of abrasiveness to it, but not in a bad way. It's just, I feel like a lot of Tuscan wines have a little bit of a abrasion to it, to them, which just adds to their character. And I talk a lot about character, as you'll notice as this goes on. Character is what wine is all about. It's got a nice nose. It's savory on the nose. It's definitely got the earthy, almost kind of like manure-y nose on it, which a lot of red wines have. I know that sounds really off-putting, and it can be for a lot of people, but you wouldn't even know unless they told you, right? So, unless someone told you, and then it wouldn't be gross unless somebody actually mentioned it, right? But so anyway, a little bit of that earthy, soily, manure-y nose to it, and the flavor is also savory. It's on the savory side. It's bright. I'd call it yellow, which is odd. Hear me out. I'm a synesthete, so I associate most of my senses with colors and shapes. So I see sound, I see flavor. I taste flavor, right? Oh my god, did I just say I taste flavor? Yes, I taste flavor too, but I see flavor, sorry. And that comes across in colors and shapes. And this is definitely very bright, light, and yellow, kind of golden to me, which tells me it's almost kind of a tropical fruit, maybe like pineapple-y. It doesn't taste like pineapple, but it has an inclination toward pineapple, if that makes sense. It's really nice. It's definitely, again, it's on the savory side, so it's not sweet, and it doesn't taste sweet in any way, shape, or form. It's not even approaching sweetness. It's, yeah, it's quite savory. It's dry. That's what the opposite of sweet is. It's dry in wine terms, which I'm sure you all know. But yeah, this doesn't even approach sweet, but the pineapple element is still there. It's just not the sweet part of the pineapple that's in it. And I'm not saying that it's actually pineapple in the wine. It just, the molecular structure of this wine is similar, in theory, it is similar to the molecular structure of pineapple. And that's where you get those flavors from that taste similar to what you're drinking. So I hope that makes any sense at all. I'm a few drinks in at this point. I'm just kind of screwing around with this video stuff, so I hope I haven't annoyed you too profusely. I think that's all I'm really... Oh, I should probably mention, it's a 2014, so pretty good age on this. Toscana Rosso, indicazione geografica tipica. Indication of typical geography. So I guess I'm trying to remember what that means exactly. It's just typical of its place on a map. So to be expected of what else you could find in that area, I'm guessing is what that means. So it's estate bottled, and estate, I'm trying to remember. So estate means that it was grown, the grapes were grown on the property from which they were harvested and processed. Everything was done on site. So that's pretty cool. That's usually a good thing. That means they didn't outsource their grapes. They didn't bring them in from their neighbor territories' vineyards. They grew them right there on site and took care of them themselves. So that is pretty neat. It's always best to do that, to eliminate the middlemen and or women. What else do I want to say about it? I think that's it. This one cost 14 to 15 bucks for me tonight. So definitely a sweet spot for the millennial budget, or the zennial budget, as I like to include. And by the way, zennial is a kind of a hybrid between the X-Gens and the millennials. So it's zennial with an X, not with a Z. Anyway, what else do I want to talk about? I think that might be it for tonight. I hope you guys like this video. I highly doubt it, but cheers. Enjoy this wine because it's pretty darn good. Very typical of the geographic area. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Maybe.